Hey guys, it's Steven. Got a Bytes price update. Overall, just somewhat sideways here. We left off yesterday's video at about $29, $28 here, and we started to get some volatility in the middle of the day here. And I am still watching this support from the previous week, this $30 range. I do want to see that hold as support, and it's okay if we dip below as long as we get some accumulation above that. Um, and as you can see here, we had a pretty significant dip here. I'm going to go over what exactly happened with that in a second. And yeah, no buy or sells over the last hour, so not much going on. And just go into the bytes to Ethereum chart. And I did, after yesterday's video, I went ahead and just created my liquidity pool. I used a very tight range of 0.098 or 0098 to 0.01. And yeah, overall, it's been pretty good. And as you can see on this pivot chart here for the week, we have this central pivot of about 0.027 point. Yeah, 0.028 is actually what it should be, I think. Let me just double check. Not that it really matters, just a few, 2.7. So, if we get any bullish news, if we get any news at all, we should quickly jump up to here and then find resistance at this first resistance here. So overall, not bad. Definitely looking like we're starting to just accumulate and find some support. So what I did want to talk about is this dip here. Basically, well, first let's just look over the chart and with the liquidity pool. So overall, the volume was at about just under a million today. No big deal. That's fine. But what I was looking at is we had this. So this is mine. I have about half of this liquidity pool. This is where I put about four ETH just to mine those bytes. And what you'll see is we had a dip. So at about 11 o'clock is when Becker came into purgatory. And some people were complaining about the price of bytes, and he kind of gave them a verbal lashing. So what we saw is we saw this dip go all the way down from 98 all the way down to basically 80 here. So if we look at the chart, what you'll see is when you go down to the price, as you'll see where it says the bytes price here, if you go down to 80, look at where that puts you. Look at the liquidity here. There's only 0.67 ETH there. Okay, so you know, not even like basically $2,000 worth of liquidity. So that's nothing. So that's the reason why, in yesterday's video I talked about this is we can basically just fall off a cliff here if we have enough sellers come in here. Um, there's basically nothing to support that. So they'll have a lot of slippage and they won't get a good fill on their sell, but you could definitely see the price slip, and that's what we saw all the way down to 0.081 here. So that's the reason why we saw this kind of quick spike here, and then it quickly shot right back up to almost this 0.09 area. So yeah, like I said, from all the way from here all the way back up to here to where there's a little bit more liquidity. Um, so just to get into exactly what happened in purgatory, so basically, someone was in there complaining about the price of bytes and the low volume. As you can see, there's just not much volume going on over the last 5 days, nothing. And Becker quickly just pointed out that he's not here to pump your bags. He doesn't the price, the floor, the price of bytes, your rate on return, your ROI. That's the last thing he's worried about. Um, he is here to build a metaverse. He's here to bring people into the metaverse, and he's just about creating that community. So, um, you know, bytes basically he went to continue and said that uh, bytes give you access to Neo Tokyo. So if you're buying bytes, you're able to buy identities. In the future, it might give you different types of access to Neo Tokyo. So as long as his focus is building a valuable a place for metaverse builders to be, the value of bytes and the floor will go ahead and show itself. So the if he were to sacrifice short-term things to, pump the price of bytes, that's not going to leave us in a good long-term space, is what he's saying. So um, so simply, he's just trying to bring metaverse builders into the project, and he's trying to push out people who are here for a quick flip. And um, if you don't like what he's doing, he's basically telling you to leave. So, in the way that only Becker can. So, um, that's basically it. Bytes aren't his priority. Um, if you're, he's just telling you, if you want to sit here and complain and not do anything, that's, you're not the type of person that we want in the community, anyways. So yeah, we'll see how all that plays out. But yep, just wanted to go over what kind of happened inside there, and I think maybe when some people were watching that, they were just kind of off put by the fact that he's like, oh, he doesn't care about the price of bytes, and then you had this come in here, and then obviously people just came in and scooped that up. So um, let's just go ahead and move on here. So pretty interesting. Over the last day, we've lost some more holders. Token supply up slightly, market cap at 25.9 million here. So the market cap is up by 1.7 million. And yeah, I mean, so it's kind of interesting that we're down holders, but the price is going up here. So, the way I look at that is, we have the people exiting, and then you have the diamond hands coming in. So the next stage after this is you're going to have FOMO. So you're going to have the people that are selling, they're going to kind of probably going to want to come back in here. So definitely going to be looking for that. And then just to go over my position, I started this position 491 bytes at this 0.01 range here. That was worth about $14,200 yesterday, but because the price of bytes is up, the value of the pool is up. For some reason, when your bytes are at a certain price, they don't show the exact numbers here. These dollars will go on and off for some reason, but this pool is worth about 15,000. I've made about $1,100 over the past 24 hours, mining zero point 0.2 ETH and 19 bytes. So $1,100 on a $15,000 investment in one day, I think, is a pretty good rate of return, and so I'm happy with that. And overall, with the simple volume, it's not really too much, and I'm lucky enough to be right in my range right now. So we'll keep an eye on that, and I'm just going to keep being aggressive with that. And just to finish off, we'll just kind of check in with Bitcoin. Just a pretty solid day again here, and we're up a little bit, but everything's looking pretty decent here. And overall, I would say that if you are really worried about having this dip before, and you're like, oh man, I could have sold, well, like this is now is the time to sell. You don't necessarily have to wait until we reach these higher resistances. If you made some profit on this dip, it's not a bad time to take some profits here. So I saw this chart. Somebody made a similar chart on YouTube the other day. I just wanted to point it out. You kind of had this downtrend finally get broken out here, and that's kind of why they're seeing this here. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. I like to keep my chart simple. I'll probably just delete this later because I don't like the look of it, but um I do like to watch the Fisher transform and kind of watch the momentum. So we're starting to get back to the top of this momentum here. So definitely could start to see some pullbacks over the maybe by next week. Going into this week, we're still looking pretty good. But yeah, we had this bullish divergence on the Fisher transform here. So yeah, that's all I really got today. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll catch you later.